one distinction that is often made in the philosophy of law or legal philosophy is between natural law and positive law. So I would like to ask you two related questions to law, and one also relates to the discussion you had with Foucault regarding the notion of legality, which I thought was very interesting, how you kind of define that notion. So to start off, how should we understand the notion of legality, and how do you think about the distinction between natural law and positive law in an anarchist society?
Well, first of all, we have to ask, we understand positive law pretty well. We develop it, construct it, produce it. But what's natural law? That's tricky. I mean, is it given by God? No, I don't think we can accept that. It's what our nature tells us. Now that's, you can study our natural concepts of law. Infants have such a concept. One of the main infant researchers, Lilac Lightman, great psychologist, once pointed out that at a very early age, one of the first things that children understand is the concept, that's not fair. They know that right away. It's not a trivial concept. Jack Rawls devoted most of his life trying to work out what it is. But infants know it instantly. That's not fair. Every child understands from when they can barely begin to express themselves. So there is some concept of fairness and of justice and so on, and we can try to figure out what it is. And I think that's as close as we can come to the concept natural law. Well, then positive law should presumably be trying to implement it. Now, this does raise a serious question. Why do we assume that natural law is correct? So how do we know we have the correct concept of justice and fairness? It may be the one that we universally have and that's built in, but what makes it correct? That leads us to the question of, is there some notion of correctness outside of our own cognitive and moral structures? Which, and if there is, what is it? She's a very good German philosopher, young philosopher named Matthias Malmann, Mahlmann. He's done some very interesting work on this. He's basically argued that the same questions arise in epistemology. So if we find the methods for getting to the best theory, we say, okay, those are the methods we use in what's now called naturalized epistemology. Who says they are the best methods? Basically the same question.
I see.
It's something, I think it's one of those things we probably can't penetrate.
I see.